Today, Top 30 is the only company in the world able to design, produce, set up and manage a top-level competition. Everything within the same company. Everything with the trustworthiness and professionalism that an official competition requires. Everything. Top 30. Top 30. The heart of climbing.
Good morning and welcome to Xining in China. This is the IFSC Lead and Speed World Cup 2012. Just getting underway very shortly. Just had a big opening ceremony for the local people here. It's a lovely, beautiful day here in a dry climate out in Xining. Xining is part of the Qualifications province in China, and it's situated quite westerly of the overall scale of China. It's quite a dry, deserty type atmosphere here, so it's ideal for the climbers really. It's not going to be too hot. It's about 15 degrees Celsius at its highest today, and we'll be bringing you all the climbing from 2 routes today for the qualifications and then the speed this afternoon. Coming out first, we'll be having the M1 group. We'll be showing Group 1. Let's have a look at their start lists. So Dominik Skovic will be coming out for Slovenia on Route 1. Roman de Grange, Mikhail Chernikov. They're the first 3. You can see the rest of the start lists as they come through. If you're wondering what the voice is here, it's my name's Mike. I do the producing at all the events. Unfortunately, our resident commentators Dan, Finn and Johnny Bryan are not with us in Asia for these next couple of weeks. So you've got my friendly voice, and you can get in touch with me the usual way to ask any questions. So we'll be filming Route 1 for the men's group and Route 2 for the women's group. And there you can see Xabi Kim and Jakub Schubert, the last 2 to climb on the M1 route. So let's have a look at the women's Route 2. Who we come in? I know famous, or maybe not so famous, but this year she's done very well. Helen Janikot, she'll be starting first on the women's routes. Bring these up in a second. There we go, Helen Janikot from France. Only 18 years of age. She's done very well this year. Jenny Nevada, Zhang Kim Jae-im. The queen of lead climbing, really, you could say. So this is Route 2 of the women's start lists. Unfortunately, we're unable to bring you all 4 routes. We will try and bring you as much coverage as you can throughout the competition. Later on this afternoon, we'll have the speed qualifications. And then tomorrow, we'll have the finals, semi-finals of both disciplines. So they are the start lists. So here we are with our first climber out. It's Route 2, we won't be covering it. This is Urban Primovic starts to go on Route 2, but we're not showing Route 2, fortunately. We'll show you at the start while he's climbing, but we're going to be concentrating on M1, which will be Domen Skopic starting very shortly, and Helen Janica on Route 2. And we're going to cut across to him now. So apologies for loss of commentary there, just had to sort a few cameramen out. So we're back underway. Route 1 on the left-hand side is Domen Skopic. Domen Skopic from Slovenia. He's only 18 years of age, but has consistently been hitting the semi-finals this year. He was at 8th last week in Atlanta, or 2 weeks ago. 17th in Purs, 16th in the World Championship. So at 18 years of age, he's clearly going to be one to watch for the years to come. Now, on the other side, Helen Janica, also fantastic climber, 18 years of age again. We're starting with the youth, and what a fantastic season she's had. Back in Chamonix, opened up her account with a 4th place, followed by 1st place in Briançon. IMS 6th, World Championships 7th, Purs 5th, and Atlanta 6th. Reaching the finals at every route this competition has brought this year in the IFSC calendar. Both at the overhang. These routes are quite short routes actually, these routes. I'm speaking to Simon from Slovenia, the head route setter. And he was saying they're slightly easier routes today for the qualifications. So the men's routes are 8A and the women's are both 7C. So Domen now just coming up to the roof of the overhang. It's a little bit shallower than the women's route side. He's got about 4 more holes to climb to top. Helen the same, but her overhang is a lot steeper. Overhang's probably about 5 to 8 metres, probably about 8 metres overhang from the base of the wall. We're looking at going to have a great show here today in China. I hope you're enjoying the coverage. If you'll watch us in the past on a YouTube channel, you've missed a fantastic atmosphere here. So Diamond Scoffits, well done there for the first top of the day. And we'll just, fantastic climb, and it looks like Helen Janicott is also going to be topping out. Just got that slight volume to the left, just above there is her top, about 3 holes to go. Now, all the climbers will only be showing the 2 routes, but we will be showing every climber. And as there's not many competitors in this competition, you'll be seeing them all again tomorrow in the semi-finals. There's 40 competitors, 20 men and 20 women in the lead qualifications. So guaranteed that every athlete competing today will make the semi-finals tomorrow. And a great start from our 2 youngest climbers. Up next on the men's route is Romain de Grange. Romain de Grange from France. As one of the older athletes really now, we've jumped in from the youngest. He's 29 and he is definitely on form this season. Last 2 competitions, Perth and Atlanta, taking the medals of bronze. Really showing that age doesn't matter in this competition. If you've got the skill, the endurance, you'll be able to take a podium. Over on women's 2, Jenny Levada. As you can see, on the next to Romain de Grange, Mina Markovic starting on her first route. So we'll see her later on F2. Hello to everybody in the chat, where you are watching the world. I bet we've got a few Australians here watching us, as we're on your time zone early, as opposed to the Europeans and the Americans. Americans may be up late, enjoying the show. I'm not sure if you got any Europeans up to, if you did have a good night on a Thursday night, maybe you're up. Hello to you all anyway, I'm Mike, bringing you this live coverage here in Xining, in the biggest city in the Quanzhai province, which is also one of the biggest provinces in the China. I'm not up to Dan's fun facts sketch, but we'll do our best to get through today with a few informative facts about China. So Romain de Grange now also following Diamond Scoffit's example, coming close to topping as well. Jenny Levada reaching the start of the steep overhang. So as I say, 7C is the women's and 8A is the men's. As Romain de Grange just tops out there. Just puts his final rope through.
Xining， 而在男子2号线，现在正在出场攀爬的是来自中国香港的朱家伟。那么我们攀岩这 运动一样，要有某种特长。那么我们攀岩这项运动是可以根据每个人的自身条件，在岩壁上
好的，
自己发挥。
女子1号线第2位运动员38号米娜来自斯洛文尼亚，她已经完成了她的比赛。那她呢，在世界排位是第2位。我们现在将看到男子1号线的第3名出场运动员 Michael， 他是79号运动员，来自俄罗斯。
So Jenny Nevada just approaching the top. First Russian out, Mikhail Chernikov. Starting on M1.
攀爬的时候可以看到，是在使用规定的支点完成这条线路的。而在攀爬过程中，我们看到他们有抓、握、勾、画的一些攀岩的动作，在岩壁上尽量的使自己与岩壁平衡。加油，接力！
女子1号线的第3名运动员已经出场，是4号德楚巴布拉，她是来自奥地利的运动员，正式排位第16位。
哇哦，我们看到朱家伟刚刚的动作真的是非常漂亮。那么我们看到可能会觉得非常的难，不妨在你有空的时候也可以体验一下攀岩这项运动，这个是非常大。Come on, Jenny!
So, just starting in the qualifications here in Xining in China. It's our first of 3 World Cups of the Asia Tour. We've coming towards the end of the IFSC season, but still this competition and 4 more to go. It's been a fantastic year, and just in the lead alone, we've had some fantastic, exciting results. Still quite open to take the overall for the lead. Quite unfortunately, here in China, there's no Japanese representatives. Now, there's a bit of politics going on about a mentioned island. It could result in some of the politics. But away from that, the Japanese climbers are not here in this competition. The big thing for that, it means Sachi Ama, the climber with the golden smile, will not be competing, and that could really damage his prospects of winning the overall title, competing against Jacob Schubert and Ramon Julien Pubron. They will be sure to perform in the next 2 competitions. Well, up next, one of the most delightful climbers we get to see on the tour here, Kim Jae-im of Korea. What a fantastic athlete she is to watch as she climbs. I know my colleague Dan Finn, one of our resident commentators, loves watching her. She's a very fluent climber. Beautiful to watch. I remember last week, 2 weeks ago in Atlanta, she totally went the wrong way. Took what we all thought was a wrong hold, and so casually changed her footholds, rearranged herself into the correct position to carry on and take the top. And it's just watching a climber like that that really shows the skills that takes her to the top of her game. She's actually, in the last 2 World Cups here this year, she hasn't had the strongest of years compared to last year. 2nd, 9th, 9th, 2nd, 1st, 1st. That's her World Cups and World Championships this year. So, Brian-Som and Imst were not her strongest, but 2nd in Chamonix, 2nd at the World Championships, 1st in pairs and 1st in Atlanta. And well, looking to take another podium here, but she's up against strong competition. The Austrians are here in force. Obviously, I mentioned Helen Janicott, got Mina Markovic. There's so many strong athletes that could take the possible title here. Fascinating to watch. Wow. From Taipei, our first climber, Yuxiang Chang. No, you haven't seen him much on the world circuit. As we're over in Asia, we have a few extra competitors, and it's great to see the diversity of all the nations here climbing in the IFSC World Cup. Just amazes me all the places we've been to this year and different locations. We had the Youth World Championships in Singapore on a beach. We're now in a desert. And we've been in the fantastic Stadium of Bercy for Paris World Championships. Just shows this sport can go anywhere and attract a massive crowd. Here there's probably at least 2,500 local people from around the local villages in these alpine, it's not even the Alpines, is it? It's China. This mountainous region. It's quite fascinating. So, Kim Jae-im coming to the top of our overhang. It's quite, as you can notice, it's quite a short route. They do have 6 minutes to climb, but I think we're averaging about 3 to 4 minutes really for these early tops. All the climbers are climbing 2 routes, and we're only showing each of the climbers once here today at the qualifications. But you will see all of them again tomorrow, or when you choose to watch the replay of the semi-finals. If you've not watched us live, you understand in Europe, it's a strange time zone, but you've had the pick of the bunch of the World Cups this year to watch it at your time zones, give the rest of the world a chance, I suppose. Hello to everybody in the chat. Please get your questions in if you've got anything to ask about the routes. As I said, 7C for the women, 8A for the men, for both. Up on the men's now, it's Stefan Gisoffi of Italy. Now Stefano, he has not had, he's always there or thereabouts in the semi-finals. He's 13th, 6th, 12th, 16th, 11th this year. Didn't compete last week, 2 weeks ago in Atlanta. But he's always making the semi-finals. He's only made the one final this year. Now he's back in Briançon. Now we're looking to try and finish the year. We've got here Korea, Japan, and a fantastic end to the season in Kranj in Slovenia. So all these athletes are climbing so regularly, competing against each other, just getting stronger and stronger.
支点，我们可能从远处看的不是特别清楚，你可以关注一下大屏幕上。那么我们所有的支点也是非常的小，而且没有你想象的那么容易抓握。但是我们运动员表现都非常棒。
Stefano topping out again. It's going to be tough for the semi-finalists, or for the route sets to really differentiate between these 20 finalists. If we find that they're all topping out. I did speak to Simon earlier. We'll get a chance to chat to him shortly, live interview. He mentioned about giving some of the giving the routes a little bit easier in the qualifications, as we do have a lot of athletes from around the world who don't always compete in the World Cup circuit. It would be a bit harsh to put a hard route straight away, demoralise them in the early stages of the competition. We know there's only 20 competing in each group, and they're all going to be competing in the semi-finals, so just get a taste of the wall. The M1 route that we're covering now is definitely a lot more crimpier holds throughout the routes. There are plenty of holds up there. Sean McCall just finishing, if you just heard on the like he topped out on his first route on M2. But as I was saying, on the M2 route, which we're not showing, the holds are slightly bigger, wider, more like, I wouldn't say bouldery type moves, but a lot thicker holds for them to grab hold of, which helps a lot easier with the overhang. We'll make sure we show you all the coverage tomorrow of all the routes for the semi-finals, so you can see the different types of the wall. Quite symmetrical the wall is, but one side is definitely hangs over a lot further than the other. So Anastasia Samolina from Russia on the right-hand side now. Thomas Ballet on the left from France. Thomas Ballet, 22 years old. He's competing. He's competed at every competition this year. Sixth, he started off in Chamonix, very strong, but hasn't done too well since. He's got 13th last week in Atlanta, but only just scraped through into the semi-finals on the other competitions, really.
Our main lane 2 is from Spain, Ramon.
好的，观众朋友们，现在你们所观看的是 IFSC 世界攀岩世界杯在青海举行的青海高原世界杯攀岩赛。那我们现在在男子1号线上的这名运动员是64号运动员 Thomas， 他出生在1989年，现在的世界排位是第15位。那女子1号线的这名运动员是7号文清拉木，1990年。
Thank you from Russia, Anastasia。那么也希望我们的观众热情一点。
好了，我觉得我们男子1号线上这名运动员需要你们一些掌声和鼓励啊！谢谢你们，
加油！
后场的观众，我完全听不到你们的声音，请给我一些鼓励、欢呼和掌声，谢谢！再大声一点，谢谢！还是不够的，大声一点，谢谢！好的。好的，他已经完成比赛。
Thank you。
我们看到 到男子1号线和女子1号线2名运动员同时完成比赛。
那么我们大屏幕也会随时为大家更新出我们现在比赛的成绩。男子2号线攀爬的是来自西班牙的运动员。
Hello to Matt in the chat. He just asked about the weather here. The weather here in Xining, throughout the year, it's quite a dry climate. It's quite arid. And we're experiencing about 12 to 15 degrees Celsius really here. Nice and cool, nice and dry. So good climbing conditions really.
也是一名非常漂亮的女生，那么她的攀爬也是非常厉害。她曾经在世界杯的分站赛当中也是获得了第1名的好成绩，而在世界运动
So as I say, quite dry climate. We're not expecting any rain.
好的，现在在男子1号线将要上场的是72号运动员 Min Hyunbin， 他是来自韩国，现在的世界排位为第9位。然后在女子1号线，我们将看到的运动员是来自台北的41号运动员李素俊，他是1993年出生，也是一位非常年轻的运动员。Okay, on the men leading line 1, you actually seen the
Our third medalist last week or 2 weeks ago in Atlanta, Maja Vidmar from Slovenia. On the wall, on the right-hand side, Hyunbin Min of Korea. On the left-hand side.
Is number 1 right now, and he just did really wonderful job.
Congratulations, Remo. Okay, continue on the women leading line 1. We're saying the climber number 41, Lee Soo-ju from Taipei, and she's a very young climber.
And on the woman route 2, who's
So Maja Vidmar, 26 years old, from Slovenia, as the local MC also quotes. Maja Vidmar, she's 26 years old. She came 3rd last week. Great result for her this year. She hasn't been at the top of the table really that much. Didn't compete in a couple of World Cups in the middle because of injuries, but she's in the Slovenian Armed Forces. Is Maja Vidmar. Little fact for you. Now, if you're wondering what this strange voice is talking to you guys, unfortunately, our resident commentators Johnny Bryan and Daniel Finn are unavailable for us here in Asia. You can keep up to them on their local Twitter pages that they've been exposing to lately on our webcasts. I'm sure Johnny Bryan's enjoying your golf course. And Daniel Finn, as you're all big fans of, has started climbing himself. And we'll get some videos up online very shortly of our race in Singapore, which I have promised. With the footage from the Australians, I'm just doing a little few tweaks to it. We'll get that up online for you to see later in the month. Back to the climbing at the moment. Min Hyunbin from South Korea. Doing very well. Oh, but Maja Vidmar has just dropped. Now that is a surprise, coming 3rd last week. She's only about halfway up the route. Now that is a big shock. I'll have to have an interview with her later to find out what was wrong there. She does not look happy. She cannot believe that. I'm quite surprised actually. Looking at, so it just shows these routes are not that easy. The sun is coming out here in the mountains, although it's not too hot. Everyone's got big jackets on. It's a very lovely bright day, but we're so high up here. It's about 2,500 meters up. It's in quite a cool, dry climate. The sun's not really penetrating the heat down in this valley that we're in. up next on women's route 2. Joanna Ernst from Austria. Love interviewing her. She's always happy and smiling. We'll try and get an interview with her later as well. There's Hyun-Bin Min, tops out. And there he goes.
来自韩国的明hyun bin， 他已经完成他的比赛。再重复一遍，他的世界排名为第9位。那我们现在将要看到第7个出场的女子1号线的运动员，她是5号姜蓉代表中国队，现在的世界排位为57位。姜蓉，不好意思。
那么现在在男子以及女子2号线同时在攀登的都是来自奥地利的2名运动员。 那么他们现在目前在世界的排名也都是非常的高，而 Joanna 也是多次在世界杯的分站赛当中获得了第1名的成绩。你看 ，from Austria, male route 2。
As you can see on the women route 1, number 5 Jiang Rong from China, representative of China, and her record in the world is 57, place number 57.
So Joanna Ernst, she's the 2009 world champion. She's actually the youngest ever world champion at 15 years old. She came at 9th in Chamonix, 2nd in Briançon, 3rd in Imst, 3rd in the World Championships, 2nd in Perth, and 4th in Atlanta. So this year is definitely a strong year for her. She'd love to top out on every round, try and compete for the gold medal here. There were such strong competitors in the women's field. Not sure what else she can do really. She's facing the likes of Mina Markovic and Kim Jae-in to take the gold spot, and well, maybe one of these tournaments this next couple of weeks over in Asia could be her time.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, now you're watching is the 2012 Qinghai Plateau Climbing World Cup.
Over on the left-hand side, Zida Ma of China. I hope to hear the Chinese support.
Competition and the competition is going on with 4 routes at the same time. The 1号线的女运动员蒋蓉已经完成她的比赛。
那么现在我们可以看到，在我们岩壁当中，以及刚刚完成攀登的女子1号线，我们是有3名中国的运动员在现场攀登。那么我们的现场观众是不是更加热情的支持一下我们运动员？好的，在男子2号线攀登的是来自我们藏区的1名运动员索朗嘉措。
好的，我们现在看到赛场上男子1号线和2号线都是中国的运动员，请大家给予他们一些掌声。
那么我们索朗嘉措呢，也是在全国的比赛当中多次取得了攀石以及难度2项的冠军，也是一位实力非常非常强大的运动员。好，加油，各位选手！那么女子2号线。 即将完成攀登的是来自奥地利的选手 Joanna。From Austria, Joanna.
It's a beautiful, beautiful finish.
那么我们索朗嘉措也是来自藏区的1名运动员，平时是与我们国家队的其他运动员一起训练，非常的刻苦，那么他的实力也是非常的强大。在刚刚结束的全国锦标赛当中，他的难度也是获得了第1名的成绩，加油！
好的，观众朋友们，给予马自达一些掌声和鼓励，谢谢。
么马自达也是非常年轻的一名运动员，在刚刚结束的全国攀锦标赛当中，攀石是获得了第1名的成绩啊！当时也是用了非常漂亮的呆动动作，为我们观众带来了一个非常大的一个高潮。加油马自达，加油索朗加措！
好了，我们现在看到女子1号线第8位出场的是 Virginia， 来自俄罗斯，她现在的世界排名为第13位。
掌声！
掌声鼓励，马自达已经完成她的比赛。
为什么还是没听到呢？
好的，2名中国男子运动员都已经完成他的比赛，请大家给他们一些掌声。再大一点，我听不到。好，谢谢你们。
Okay, from woman route 2, from France, Charlotte. Her world record currently is number 6. 那么现在在女子2号线攀登的是在世界排名第6位的来自法国的 Charlotte。
Okay, at the woman route 1, you're actually saying number 31, Virginia from Russia, and her world record is number 13. 我们现在看到，在女子1号线攀爬的是31号 Virginia， 来自俄罗斯，她现在的世界排名为第13位。好的，男子1号线的一名运动员准备出场，他是62号 Marco Antonio。Marco Antonio 的世界排位为48位，他所代表的队伍是西班牙队。
那么他也是在最近我们很期待的一位运动员，他在自然岩壁上的攀爬也是我们说的1.5级别。那么在攀登当中，我们的难度呢是从5.8一直往上，那么数字越高，他的攀爬能力也就越高。目前在世界的上完成攀登的是在5.15。15C， 那么也就是在目前当中，世界当中可能很少是有人达到这样的水平了。非常值得期待的一名西班牙运动选手，而他背后的粉带也是非常的可爱，让我们看到了愤怒小鸟的粉带，非常可爱。
So, ladies and gentlemen, on the men leading row 1, you're actually looking at number 62, Marco Antonio from Spain, and his world record is 48. And we saw a very cute thing at the back of his back. It's an angry bird. It's very cute.
We love it. And from man route 2, who's climbing right now, is from Austria, Jacob. And his world record currently is number 3. And he just got really well done in the World Championship in France.
好的，现在女子1号线的 Virginia 需要大家的一些鼓励和掌声，谢谢。她是来自。
Well, just sorting out a few technical issues with one of our streams over across the globe. I think everyone's covering it nicely in Europe and over in America. But if you have any problems, do get in touch with the chat and let me know. If you're watching it live in Asia. Another question for Matt about our jet lag. I know you asked this quite a little while ago, but jet lag, we don't suffer from jet lag. We work 24/7. We are 247.tv covering this for IFSC.tv, so we don't suffer from anything like that. We'll take our cover, recharge our batteries for 2013 over the Christmas period.
It's awesome, Antonio. That's good.
If you are interested, here we are. You can also look into our Facebook pages. Follow all the climbing news on the IFSC Facebook page, which is Facebook/Sport Climbing. If you want to follow, get behind the Olympic bid for 2020, it's Facebook/Sport Climbing 2020. And we are Facebook/24/7 dot TV. That's 347 DOT TV.
好的，我们现在看到女子1号线出场的第9位选手3号 Magdalena 来自奥地利，她现在的世界排名是第11位。Okay, on the women's line 1, we're looking at number
Jacob from Austria just done a really wonderful job.
Congratulations. Continue on the woman line 1, and you actually looking at number 3, Magdalena from Austria, and her world record is place number 11. Okay, at the men's line 1, we're looking at another climber from Spain. His name is Victor, and his number is 61, and his world record is place number 30.
So I think we're getting close to halfway really here. The women's men and women's lead qualifications. Charlotte Durif just towards the top. I know Jacob Chabert was second to last on this start list. It'll be Kim Jabi on the other route. So about halfway through the qualifications.
加油！非常非常漂亮的一次攀登。那么我们运动员为大家带来如此精彩的攀登，为什么我们观众席还是这么安静呢？
It's halfway through the first group, that is. So Victor Estela Ocana from Spain on the wall.
Who's going to climbing now is from Korea, Kim Ja-bi. And his world record.
Just waiting for another female on F2. So if you've just joined us, welcome. We are live in Xining in China, very mountainous region in the Qinghai province. It's about 2,500 meters high in altitude above sea level, so it's quite hard to breathe up here when you haven't had much liquid, especially liquid of the alcohol variety, but we won't go there. Big hello to anyone who's watching us from the past on our YouTube, IFSC YouTube channel. 20 competitors from each category were here in this competition, 20 men and 20 females. So as I was saying, it's a very high altitude dry climate, but it's ideal for the climbers. And just as I was saying, let's have a chat to one of the climbers and see what they think. Jacob Chabert, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Very good. I'm enjoying the location. What do you think of this location?
Well, it's my second time here. I think it's a lot better than in the city. All these mountains, the nature here is like wonderful. I don't know. I was really amazed at the first time. Now I already know it. These orange like mountains. I don't know. We Europeans have never seen something like this before. So
exactly, yeah. They're very sandy, soft rocks. Very formed from all the wind, but very beautiful to look at. How are you finding the climate for climbing?
Well, I like it. The wall is pretty okay. The holds are not the best, but still okay for route climbing. Like really in-cut crimps, and yeah, the qualification wasn't too hard.
Yeah, nice start for the route 1. It was route 2 for you, wasn't it? You've still got route 1 to come. So on a whole, everyone's getting through to the semi-finals because there's only 20 people competing, but it's been so far quite a good show, do you think?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, of course, it's a little sad that there are only 20 starters here. It's a shame, but still, I mean, the qualification means something to us because if you do bad and there is a split in semi-final finals, it will come back to to qualifications, and that's why everyone gives it his best today as well.
Yeah, it's great that the Austrians have made it over for this team for this event. There's good team of you. Some of the other countries haven't actually brought so many climbers over, which is a shame, but it is a long way for the Europeans and the Americans to come over. It's a long World Cup season. It's been fantastic to cover you, but some of the competitors, I think we all need to try and shout for extra sponsorships to get everyone coming over. But anyway, thanks for chatting to us, and good luck on your second round. We'll have a chat afterwards, okay? Thanks, Jacob.
Sure, thanks, man.
线条非常优美。那么
All right, Victor is down his race today. It's a beautiful finish. 好的，我们现在看到女子1号线又有一名新的运动员现在开始攀爬，她是来自韩国的22号 Han Soo-ran， 她的现在的世界排名为第12位。
Thank you from Korea, Kim Jae-bi。那么我们也可以看到，现在参加本次比赛的运动员当中，有来自欧洲以及亚洲的各地的运动员。那么在这里也可以为大家介绍一下，那在岩壁当中，我们是分为人工岩壁和自然岩壁。那么当中在亚洲以及欧洲呢，是比较擅长于人工岩壁的攀爬，但是同样他们的自然岩壁攀爬也是非常的强。刚刚之前我们也是出场了一名来自西班牙的选手，曾经完成了5.15C 的线路。
好的，现在我们看到女子1号线运动员22号 Han Soo-ran 来自韩国。 她的世界排名为第12位。So now we're looking at the woman leading line 1, number 22 from Korea, Han Soo-ran, and her world record is number 12.
好，女子2号线完成攀登的是来自中国的运动员任曾旺姆。Thank you。 那么今天上午现在正在进行的是男子以及女子的难度预赛。那么我们预赛的规则是采取了叫flash 的一种形式，就是我们运动员是事先可以观察路线，并且对路线有一定的了解，然后进行攀爬。而在今天下午将要进行的是非常精彩的男子以及女子的速度预赛。
好的，观众朋友们，给予女子1号线的这名运动员一些掌声和鼓励。
将要出场的是女子2号线，来自奥地利的 Katharina。Her world record now is number 5 from Austria, Katharina。
就在12:50到1点就是所以你第一，你先手机电。 对，没事儿，静止冲着。啊，
好的，观众朋友们，给予女子1号线的这位运动员再给一些掌声和鼓励。
Han Soo-ran from Korea。
Han Soo-ran， 他是来自韩国的运动员，现在的世界排名为第12位。All right, a beautiful finish.
好了，我们观众掌声在哪里？ 那么我们可以看到，在很多女运动员看上去也是非常娇小的一个身材，但是她们的攀登也都是非常精彩。那么在之前也说了，攀岩这项运动，不是说一定要有特定的身材才可以去完成这个攀登，我们可以根据自己个人的条件来调整这个攀登的动作以及在岩壁上的平衡。所以，我们观众如果有时间，不妨也去尝试一下攀登，体验一下这项非常有乐趣的运动。
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, you're watching the 2012 Climbing World Cup in Shanghai. Now we're doing the flash competition of women and men. And we have 4 rounds, and we start the competition at the same time with 4 rounds.
好，各位观众，您现在收看到的是七彩风丛杯2012中国青海高原世界杯攀岩赛。 正在进行的是男子以及女子的难度预赛。那么今天下午将会进行的是非常精彩以及激烈的男子以及女子的速度预赛。正在女子2号线攀爬的是来自奥地利的一名运动员。那么之前他的队友也是攀爬的非常精彩，而他也是非常年轻的一名运动员，出生于1994年，目前世界排名第5位 ，Katerina。在这里我们也感谢现场的各位观众为我们的运动员打气加油。那么我们运动员也是尽自己的努力，为大家带来非常精彩的比赛。
Katerina push on the wall, the only climb on the wall at the moment. Cleaning the routes after this climb, I believe. Katerina push, one of the many climbers here from the Austrian team, 18 years of age, and another strong climber. The local MC trying to turn up the crowd. China, they're not too big on the they're big on the audience, but they're not too big on the knowledge of climbing like they are in other parts of Asia. But they've come out in their droves to come and cheer on their local or the athletes that have come around to this area in Xining.
那么我们运动员也是让大家看的这个有点心惊胆战，但是他还是非常出色的完成了这一轮的比赛，谢谢。
Beautiful finish, thank you. 好的，我们现在看大屏幕排在第1位的是来自法国的Xining， 现在他是排在第1位，第2位是来自韩国的 King。
我们女子呢，在第1轮的比赛当中也是有多名选手并列在第1位。那么我们今天预赛呢，是每位选手将要攀爬2条线路，然后根据他们2条线路的成绩综合成绩来进行一个排名，然后决定到在排在前面的运动选手当然会进到明天的更加精彩的决赛当中去。现在我们将要进行的是第2轮的攀爬，那么我们运动员也就是现在会交换线路进行攀爬。那么现在为大家介绍的来自Women Round 2， 来自俄罗斯的一名运动员030号 Diana。
Dinara Fakhritinova from Russia now on women's 2. I believe we're just waiting to get to the halfway point. And we'll start clearing the walls before the second half of the climbers begin their second route. They do have to have a 50-minute gap between completing their first route and their second route. So it'll give us a good time to clean the walls.
ladies and gentlemen, you're watching 2012 Climate World Cup in Shanghai. And our flash competition in the morning is actually halfway, and our climbers switched their side. So line 1 going to line 2, and line 2 going to line 1 right now.
那么同样，我们在交换线路之后的每位运动员的攀爬时间也是6分钟。那么，今天上午我们进行的是男子以及女子的难度预赛。那么在难度预赛当中，我们采取的是 flash 的攀爬形式，而在明天的决赛当中，我们将会采用 onside。那么 flash 呢，也就是说我们运动员是可以事先对线路进行一个了解，并且在其他运动员攀爬时候可以观看。运动员的攀爬，而 onside 的话，我们所有的运动员将会进行隔离，而每位运动员只有在规定时间内观察线路，并在之后进行一个比赛的攀登。那么对我们运动员读线路的能力要求也是更高。On the woman, route 2, who's climbing out is from Russia, world ranking number 17, Diana.
没吃过的钥匙在这块儿，拿一个菜品板。
我们的天气也是放晴，现在非常的温暖。那么对我们的运动员攀爬也是非常的好。希望天气可以继续这样到明天，让我们的运动员顺利的完成这次比赛。您现在收看到的是七彩风丛飞2012中国青海高原世界杯攀岩赛。那么我们运动员在攀爬过程中会根据线路的形式选择一个适当的地点进行调整以及休息，来继续完成他们后半段的攀爬。那么我们观众朋友可以看到，在我们岩壁上有IFSC 以及我们本次比赛的名称也是 IFSC 的世界杯攀岩比赛。那么我们 IFSC 是一个世界攀岩组织。那么世界上精彩的世界
over here, just coming to the top of the route 2 for women. If you've just joined or you're catching up, it's 7C these routes for the women. We'll have a chat with the route setter and how he thinks he's done on the first set of routes for this competition here in Asia. In Xining in China for first World Cup of out of 3 in 20 days. Hectic schedule for us and the climbers. They're also, some of them are going to a Rockmaster competition over towards Shanghai later on this week.
Very, very beautiful finish.
好了，我们可以看到我们运动员的攀爬非常的精彩。那么在中间我们也是可能会为他捏把汗，但是他同样非常精彩的完成了这条线路。而现在我们将会有更多的运动员。
And we're straight over to route 1. Don't think they are completely clearing the walls, but we're going round 2 really. This is halfway stage. Urban Primovic onto route 1 for the men's.
Looking at the right and then route 1, Urban, number 87 from Slovenia.
28 men.
His world record is number 20. Let's look forward for this competition.
好的，来自男子2号线路正在攀爬的是来自斯洛文尼亚的一名年轻运动员，目前世界排名是第14位 ，Domen。而即将出场的女子2号线选手是来自中国的运动员潘旭华。
Urban Primovic of Slovenia, 20 years old. He's done very well in his first season. He's competed in quite a few semi-finals. Still waiting to break into the finals. The 22nd last week in Atlanta. It's a good start for his first season. Over on women's route 2, Zhu Pan of China.
And on the men, route 2 is from Slovenia, Domen. 那么我们运动员呢，现在出场的4名运动员也都是在之前刚刚结束了他们第1轮的攀爬，那么接下来他们将要进行的是第2轮的攀爬。
As I say, about halfway through
是非常大的一个考验。
the qualification stage here.
为我们的运动员加油！在这个时候
Later on this afternoon,
我们的掌声。
it's about 3 hours time from now, we'll have the men and women's speed finals.
187 Arden. What a speed. It's really
In fact, actually, that's actually going to be about 5 hours from now. It's 11 o'clock currently here in China, and 4 p.m. is due to start the speed semi-final qualifications. 42 athletes in that category. It's 20 men and 22 females. I wonder if we'll see a world record broken here in Asia. Especially from the men. I think the world ranking is world record is held by the Chineseman. We'll cover that later in the speed section of the webcast.
Show them what you got, yeah.
So,
Come on.
Urban Povich
好的
closing up.
准备好给予男子1号线这名男选手一些热烈的
Made
掌
this
声
look quite easy.
哎，
Oh, he's just jumped. He's just. What has just happened there? Don't think he had the right hold.
Thank you, thank you.
He looked so secure. He had the one hold on the right-hand side, that small crimp.
2号线真的攀爬的是来自
Just let go, just gave up.
Domen
It's a shame.
用了不同的
Over on the
方法
right-hand
来
side.
每个运动员在攀爬的时候可能
Zhou Pan
线路的攀爬方式都不
So
同
at the start of the overhang, of the steep overhang, you can see Domen Skofic. He's on his way up to top of his second route. He's just going over the top of that
樊旭华加油！
overhang. It's a lot harder route, I'd say, for this one for the men's. Looking at it from down here, but I'm not on the wall climbing. They're both 8A routes.
好的，观众朋友们，我们看到女子1号线的这名运动员13号，来自法国的 Ellen， 现在她的世界排位为第四位。大家呢给她一些鼓舞和热烈的掌声，谢谢。
那么我们看到女子1号线的运动员也是用了一个大家想要的一个动作，悬梁线路非常漂亮。
It's been fantastic to bring you the coverage all around the world. I've been with you at every World Cup, bar my wedding in Vale, and it's been impressive to see all the different venues. It just amazes me how many fantastic places IFSC have been able to put on these fantastic World Cups here across the globe. And we've still got 2 more over in Asia to come, in Korea and then Japan, and then a fantastic finale in Kranj in Slovenia. Hope you all get in touch, report back some feedback so we can improve for next year, 2013, where again we'll be looking to bring you all the best coverage from around the world live and uninterrupted on ifsc.tv. If you're enjoying the replays on YouTube, hello to you guys. Hello to Sheila, I'm sure you'll be watching at some point. Miss you in the chat this week. Maybe some of you need to put some alarm clocks on to watch us live in Korea and Japan, or for the finals.
好的，女子1号线的第2名选手 Xining， 来自意大利，她的世界排位是第18位，她现在已经出场，她是第20。
Manuel Roman on his second climb, first one for us to see on M1 on the left-hand side. Zhu Pan, she's got to the top of her overhang.
好，女子
She's using
2号
that
线
one
继续
big
的
jug
攀登
hold
是
on the
来自
right-hand
中国
side of the
运动
wall.
员潘
It's a
旭
nice
华
area to rest.
那么
It's
她
a
后
big
面
hold
攀登非常的精彩，是非常的顺
she's
利。
on the right-hand side of the wall. And then the final ascent to the top. Whole of the wall is on an
加油，潘
incline.
旭华！
It's about 17 metres high, this wall.
那么我们运动员
No,
在攀爬的过程
stand
中
corrected,
也是
16 metres
除了
high.
对自己的一个
But quite short
身体
routes,
上的
quite
一个
straight
挑
up.
战以外，对我们的心理上也是一个非
Sure
常
they'll
强大的
change
一个
tomorrow
挑
for the
战。
semi-finals.
当然，如果我们有观众朋友恐高的话，不妨可以用攀岩这种方式来克服这个恐高的症状，非常有效。加油！好的，来自中国的潘旭华。 好的，请006号潘旭华停止攀登。
好的，大家给予男子1号线上这位66号运动员一些掌声。
潘旭
好，谢谢。
华。好了，谢谢来自中国的潘旭华。
Zhu Pan just falling there. Manuel Roman just topping out on his route. Let's just have a look at the scores as they stand at the moment. We'll just go to our beauty shop and bring up them scores. There we go. This is women's group 2. So the 4 tops: Hannah Janica, Kim Jae-im, Joanna Ernst, and Charlotte Giroux. So far, that is who's the results we have from the webcast, from the live scores from the IFSC channel.
She's trying really hard. 好的，观众朋友们，我们现在看到女子1号线上这名运动员是
And for the men's at the halfway stage, Domin Skopic,
号码为
Roman de Grange, Mikhail Zhernikov, Stefano Gisolfi of Italy, and Min Hyunbin are the 5 that have topped. So it just shows we do have a variance of people who have topped. All these climbers still to come. As our next climber comes out on M1, we'll bring him up.
当然，我们这些运动员的实力都非常的强，这些对他们来说都是小意思。
好的，观众朋友们，请给予 Xining 一些掌声和鼓励，谢谢，他们需要你们的支持。
加油
Come on, Xining, you can do it. Come on, show them what you got. You got it, you got it. Come on, come on. 好的 ，Xining 已经完成了比赛。Thank you, Xining.
那么在女子2号线，现在正在攀爬的是世界排名在第2位的来自斯洛文尼亚选手 Mina。
好，现在我们看到男子1号线第3名出场是67号运动员朱家伟，来自中国香港。Ladies and gentlemen, we're looking at the man rock 1, number 67 from Hong Kong, Chu Ka-wei.
So, big star in the climbing world, Mina Markovic, here on her route 2. We haven't seen her yet. The great climber. Shame we missed her in the World Championships. If you've missed us over the last couple of events, she did do well in Perth and in Atlanta. Coming back from a broken thumb, she actually medalled in Atlanta last week with a silver medal, and 4th in Perth. So this year she's done first in Chamonix, fourth in Briançon, second in Imst, fourth in Perth, second in Atlanta. So at the 5 World Cups, she's podiumed 3 times. Very strong climber, and also competed throughout in the bouldering circuit. Not many of the athletes do both, and not many of the females as well. So fantastic to see. Nina Markovic, I'm sure we'll top this, but I won't speak too soon. Give everyone their fair due. She's looking comfortable though on the underhand. Over on the left-hand side, Kawai Chu just falling off at the overhang. And it's actually starting to get quite warmer here now. I think we're looking at about 15, 16 degrees really here. Tops are coming off, the sun is shining. And I wonder how much this will affect some of the holds. I know the sun is quite high up here, although we're high up. Coming towards the cooler parts of the year here in Xining. But the weather is fantastic. Nice, calm, dry, perfect climbing conditions for climbing, I'd say. Possibly a couple of degrees cooler might be helpful as they go throughout the day on their second climb. Could be ideal for the break in the climbing for a couple of hours for the speed qualifications to take place later on, so it is a little bit cooler for them. Another big athlete comes up onto M1. And it is Jorg Verhoeven from the Netherlands. Jorg Verhoeven, fantastic athlete again. He's had quite a strong season really. Having medalled a few years ago, he hasn't podiumed for quite a while, but Jorg Verhoeven has won 2 World Cups and he won his first this year in Imst. And that was his first competition back. And continuing that strong form, he's won 5th in the World Championships. He came 6th in Perth and 5th in Atlanta. So, although he missed Chamonix and Briançon, he's coming straight back with a bang with a medal. He stayed in competing every final he's competed in. So he may be another dark horse for this competition.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're looking at the man route 1.
Nina Markovic looking strong, about to top her second route. So as I say, all 20 will be going through to the semi-finals tomorrow. We'll be looking forward to seeing all the climbers again that have competed today. They'll be up competing again for the semi-finals, where 8 will go through to the finals. And a strong climb there from Nina Markovic. Takes her comfortably through. Well, I'll try and have a chat with her very shortly.
Thank you for your
Jorg Verhoeven, he's only gone on the wall about a minute and a half ago and he's already up towards the top of the overhang. It's amazing how fast these climbers are climbing these routes. They are short routes, but interesting to see.
我们现在看到1号线奋力攀爬的是76号，来自荷兰的 Jorg， 他的世界排位为第10位。Come on, you gotta do it. One more step. 好的，76号运动员优已经完成他的比赛。
那么我们观众席里的观众朋友们，
You're Verhoeven, I wasn't expecting that.
伸出你们的
Didn't
双手，
quite top.
运动员加油！
Again, falling just where Pupovic did as well. So these routes, although they're short and easy at the start, definitely harder towards the second end of the routes. So it's just after the overhang. It's those last 5 to 6 holds that are really separating the best from the good.
Woman route 2 who's climbing right now is from
Barbara
Austria.
Becker. Barbara Becker on
Her world
route
record
2
now is
for the women's.
number 16.
16th ranked in the world. Very experienced climber. 30 years of age, one of the older climbers in the competition, but still climbers like very youthful, with all the whippersnappers around her that she trains with. Hasn't had the strongest of seasons. Her best was World Championships 9th place. Other than that, she's made every semi-final, but not broke through to. Hasn't broken through to the finals once yet this year. And on the left-hand side, many fans over on the other side of the world for Sean McCall.
好的，我们现在看到男子1号线出场的选手53号 Sean McCraw， 他是来自加拿大的选手，是全能型选手，他的世界排位为第4位。
Okay, from Taipei, Zhang Yuxiang just finished his climb.
Ladies and gentlemen, at man one, we're looking at Sean McCraw, number 53 from Canada. His world record is number 4.
So many changing the time all the time. I'm a little.
So, I'm doing the commentary for once this week. So I'm doing the commentary this week for once. Dan is away, so we'll chat. So Mina Markovic has just joined us. She's just completed her 2 climbs. How are you feeling?
Yeah, it's good to be in China again, but I admit that it's a little hard to switch the time so fast, like Slovenia, America, then back to Slovenia, now here. But I think we have to use on it.
That's exactly true. We all the climbers, us as well, from changing from European to America, back to Asia, and then you'll be going back to your own country to compete in the last competition. When are you going to rest? Christmas?
No, I think it will be before Christmas, so already after Kran.
Straight after crunch, you can have a lay-in. That'll give you time to get your body back into shape for 2013. But how's your season gone this year?
I think it's going quite well. Just as you know, I had a bad luck in Munich, so I had to skip the World Championship, but till then everything was going really perfect, and I was in a really good shape, but even after injury, I think I healed it really fast, and now I'm coming back, so I'm excited to climb here.
You're totally right. We are amazed at how quickly you came back from your injury with a broken thumb. How is the thumb then? Is it fully healed?
Yeah, I think it's fully healed and it's really good to climb. But as you said, yeah, I went to World Cup competition after 4 weeks when the bone still wasn't healed, but that's it.
And podium last week as well in Atlanta, or 2 weeks ago. So that was also fantastic. It's such a shame you missed the World Championships, but we've still got plenty more years to climb, so we'll see you again at the World Championships.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to this.
Yeah, okay, great. Well, good luck for tomorrow in the semi-finals, and thank you for talking to us.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, great finish, Sean.
Mina Markovic there, as Sean McCall just tops out on his second route. The president for the climbers voted in at the World Championships, Sean McCall. Big fans in the chat for him. We'll try and get a chat with Sean.
Okay, the men's rock 2, we're looking at number 72, Min Hong Bing from Korea, world record is 9.在男子2号线上，我们现在看到的是72号运动员 Min Hong Bing，来自韩国，他的世界排位是第9位。
Questioning from the chat there, Matt, I was just talking to. There's no US climbers here competing this competition, which is a shame. It's hopefully we can see a couple of them over maybe in Korea or Japan. We'd love to see more nations competing in the future World Cups coming up in the next couple of weeks. As we have
Ladies and gentlemen, the women's rock 1, we're looking at number 39, Maja from Slovenia. World record is number 8. And also on the women's rock 2, number 40, Li Hong-in from Taipei. World record is 72.
Not sure why we had a German flag on the two-pay athlete there, but Hong-in Lee is competing on the women's route 2, and Ramon Julien Poublon winning the last 2 competitions with gold places in Persia and Atlanta, back on form, competing for the next, for his 3rd in a row. He's starting on M1. Incidentally, Ramon and Jacob Chabert have both in total won 9 IFSC World Cups over the years gone by. Obviously, Ramon been climbing a lot longer than Jacob in the competitions, and before the IFSC was formed, won other trophies, but he currently has equal 9 each.
攀岩赛选手呢，不仅需要的是强壮的臂力和他们精湛的这个攀岩技术，更重要的是他们必须要有一个非常聪明的一个技法来完成他们的比赛。好的，我们看到39号已经完成了的比赛，39号 Maja。 来自斯洛文尼亚，63号运动员 Ramo 来自西班牙，世界排位。
ABC in the chat mentioned, can we show all the groups? Unfortunately, not at this competition. We can't show all 4 of the routes, so we're showing 1 of the route men and 1 of women's, and therefore showing all the athletes at least once through the competition in this qualification stage. All the athletes you'll see again tomorrow, or when you choose to watch the replay, as the semi-finals would normally contain 26 from each discipline, but we only have 20 from each category, sorry, so we only have 20 for men, 20 for females. So they'll all be competing tomorrow. Slightly harder routes to really separate the best from the best, or the best from the rest. Is there anybody watching from Europe? I'll be quite intrigued to find out. I'll pass on your messages from Mr. Matt Wilson in the chat. I'll pass on your message to Sean that you're sending all his support from the North Americas. As Ramon tops out on his 2nd route. We are now about 3/4 of the way through the qualification stage. And we'll be breaking off for the end of the qualifications and bringing you the speed qualifications in about 4 hours time now.
好，现在女子1号线我们看到来自奥地利的1号选手 Joanna， 她的世界排位第3位。
而在女子1号线、女子2号
Lamu
线正在攀登的是
Renqing
中国
of
地区的一名运动
China
员。
competing in this World Cup here in her home country.
Joanna from Austria, and her world record is number 3.
As we wait for another athlete on M1
to
start, and that will be Mario Lechner of Austria.
人轻拉姆，加油！
Thomas Vazi, allez, allez. 好的，男子1号线又有一名选手登上了攀岩壁，51号 Morel 来自奥地利，他的世界排名为第12位。Now we're looking at the row 1, net row 1. 51 Morel from Austria. World record is number 12. Number 12. Thomas Ali. Just one more step to do it. All right.
So Mario Lechner on the M1.
掌声再大一点！
Merci Thomas, c'est très magnifique fini. Merci.
So Mario Lechner on the wall on the left-hand side, 21 years of age from Austria. His past performance is 12th in Chamonix, 14th in Briançon, 21st in Imst, 12th in the World Championships, 7th in Purs and 6th last in Atlanta. Well, fantastic. Just what mentioning for Atlanta, what a fantastic competition that was. Big thanks to the American Federation, USA Climbing, for putting that one on and helping us. And for the Louder 11 guys, fantastic working with them, which we hope to do a lot more so in the coming competitions next year.
男子51号 Mario 来自奥地利，他的排位世界排位是第12位。女子Joanna 1号运动员，她的世界排位第3位。
No, Lechner looking strong. The overhang. I mean, he's only like all the other climbers. They're racing up this first stage. He's then this next last wants to get above this volume here with the triangle, over onto the upright straight wall. Is where the tiny crimps are coming in to play and really separating the best from the rest. It'll be interesting to see how Mario does. Get on. We'll try and get a chat with Simon from Slovenia, the head route there, to see how he thinks the first day has gone.
大家也是非常期待拉姆的接下来的攀登，加油！
So yeah, as I just said, Simon Margon from Slovenia. I've just tracked him down. Simon, how has the competition gone for you?
So far, so good, thanks.
And I was speaking to Mina. How are you finding the time changes?
Sorry?
The time zone changes.
I'm here for a week, so I don't have problem with this anymore.
Okay, that's very nice, blunt answers. So tell us about the two routes. M1, we've seen a lot of the climbers, they're getting straight up to the overhang, but the last few holds, what is the problem there with some of the athletes are finding?
I mean, all the routes are generally quite easy. I think we never said so easy qualification round yet before. I mean, so we just made we just let them climb high. All the tops are more or less slabs, so on the top it's nothing really hard. It's more about balance move and more or less everything is in the head.
Is it maybe that they're climbing so fast for the first 12 meters, the last couple of meters they're not changing their body positions in the right manner, that they're rushing it for the last two moves? Would that be fair assumption?
Yeah, for sure it could be a reason for falling to to go really fast on the top. You need to be patient for the last 2 moves and do it really, yeah, really slowly and really easy. It's really not hard.
Yeah. Okay, for the semi-finals tomorrow, what might we expect?
For sure, longer routes and for sure much harder routes.
Much harder routes. Okay, he's not going to give too much away, Simon. Thank you very much for talking to us. You'll have to watch us live tomorrow or see how the semi-finals go.
是一个比较年轻的选手，出生在1991年，代表了中国队。
那么索朗呢，也是目前在国内当中非常出色的一名运动员。他在多次的全国的分站赛以及锦标赛当中是拿到了攀石和难度都是第1位的成绩。好的，加油拉姆，加油！
观众朋友们，拉姆需要你们的掌声和鼓励，谢谢。
加油！非常漂亮，哇！那么我们再次掌声鼓励一下我们来自中国的运动员任庆拉姆。
Okay, our men's rock 1, you're looking at 56. Solan Jiazuo from China. He's a bit young climber. He was born in 1991.
2号线正在攀登的是来自韩国的闵玄彬，也是非常出色的一名运动员。加油！
那1号线，女子1号线，我们上来了一位新的选手，12号 Charlotte 来自法国，她现在的世界排位是第6位。 好，观众朋友，我们先来看一下男子2号线闵玄彬的表现。好的，掌声。Thank you。On women's rock 1, you're looking at number 12, Charlotte Hagen-Hoss from France. Her world record is number 6.
好，男子2号线的闵玄彬也是非常出色了，完成他这一轮的攀爬。而在女子2号线将要进行攀爬的是来自台北的041号林秀举。那么接下来，今天下午将要进行的是男子以及女子的速度预赛，而正在进行的是男子以及女子的难度预赛。那么难度的预赛进行的是 Flash 攀登的形式，每名运动员将要攀爬的是2条线路。现在正在进行的是他们第2轮的攀爬，而在稍后我们将会看到他们成绩的排名，根据2条线路综合的一个排名。 那么进入到决赛的运动员，明天将会进行比赛。好的，索朗加措正在男子1号线路攀爬，非常的漂亮，加油！那么索朗也是目前国内非常厉害的一名运动员。好的，那我们观众席里也是发出了非常可惜的声音，谢谢索朗，谢谢。
感谢索朗的努力，他已经完成他的比赛。那我们现在看到女子1号线12号选手 Charlotte 正在努力的进行着她的比赛。她是来自法国，世界排位第6位。
OK， 来自中国的运动员正在攀爬男子2号线路，马自达，非常年轻的一名运动员，同样在国内的攀岩比赛当中也是多次取得了第1名的好成绩。 On man route 2 is from China, Ma Zida, and he has been on the top rank in China. Very young climber as well.
好的，现在我们看到一名新的选手，52号选手来到男子1号线。 他是来自奥地利的名字叫 Jacob， 他的世界排位为第3位。Now we're looking at the new climber, man rock 1, number 52 from Austria, Jacob. His world record is number 3.
那么我们的难度预赛也是即将进入到尾声，请大家继续期待我们的速度预赛以及明天的半决赛和决赛。好的，加油！
World number 3 on the wall now.
来自台北的
Jacob Schubert
号选手。
Had a varied season here. Only had 2 World Cups this season compared to last, where he won 7 World Cups last year. He's also had a record number of disqualifications. Hudson Xining using a foothold. That wasn't using one of the clips as a foothold, I think. And intentionally did. And that was a disqualification. And also for the phone scandal, which was in Perth, which has caused a lot of debate. And, a lot of the climbers have had different views on that, but rules are rules. Looking very casual, taking his time upon this second route.
来自中国的选手马自达，他在前一段时间刚刚结束的中国全国锦标赛当中，开始是获得了第1名的成绩。
Coming towards the end.
他的难度呢也是非常的大，我们可以看到他现在摊牌也是非常顺利。
A few more climbers left on each group. Got 1 more on the men's group 1. And on women's group 2, we've got 4 more climbers still to come.
好的，加油，马自达！加油！
Big support for the China athlete on M1. You can hear in the background.
Number 55, 马自达。
Jacob Schubert to focus on now. The last route for him. So, if you're watching these replays, we'll be trying to get you the rest of the competition up to you as fast as we can from Asia. As we understand, large viewers in Europe, the time schedule for you to watch live is not too comfortable.
女子2号线现在正在上场的也是来自中国的一名运动员蒋蓉。
We'll be live with the speed qualifications later on if you're watching us here and the rest of the world.
Jacob, come on, 1 more step, you can do it.
We've also got lead and speed coming up in Korea in a week's time. It'll be next weekend. And then the last competition this year in Asia, in Japan, in Inzai, small town outside of Tokyo.
好的，来自中国的005号蒋蓉已经开
And
始
we'll be
了
completing the season in Cranj, which will be wrapping up a fantastic year we've had, the IFSC Roadshow, on all across the globe.
那么现在来到男子2号线攀登的是来自西班牙的
We'll have a short break across the winter period.
Marco Antonio。
Make a few improvements to the webcast. Bring in some new graphics, some new camera angles, which we've been working on for next year. Trying to improve the coverage year by year. Any feedback you can give us, which you'd like to see improved, get in touch. Go to our Facebook page, is the best way to contact us directly.
好了，我们现在3位运动员都在进行攀爬，其中有2位是来自中国的运动员。那么我们观众在这样的场面，是不是更应该伸出你的双手，给出更热烈的掌声，来支持一下我们中国的运动员呢？谢谢。
早中准得紧张，记住手啊！你看的这是 M1是吧？
好的，女子2号线来自中国的蒋蓉正在攀爬，而在男子2号线在攀登的是来自西班牙的选手 Marco Antonio。
好的，男子1号线现在出场的是73号，来自韩国的 Kim Jae-bi， 他的世界纪录为25名，第25名。Ladies and gentlemen, you're looking at man rock 1, number 73. Kim Jae-bi from Korea. His world record is number 25.
So Kim Jae-bi starting on route 1, 25th ranked in the world. This will be the last climber on the men's category on M1. We'll bring you the results at the end of these climbers. 3 more women to climb on our routes.
Angry Birds 爬的是非常的快，我们愤怒的小鸟的力量还是很强大的。那么我们可以看到，在男子1号线攀爬的金嘉碧，他和在之前出场的女运动员金佳英是兄妹2人，他们2人的攀爬实力都是非常的强。
Evgenia Malamed of Russia starting on route 2 for the women's.
Woman route 1, route 2 who's climbing right now is from Russia, Evgenia.
Evgenia is 25 years old, ranked 20th in the world. Her best result this year was 4th over in Imst. She came 8th in the World Championships, 7th in pairs, 12th in Atlanta 2 weeks ago.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're looking at the women's lot 1, number 2, Katarina from Austria. Her world ranking is number 5.
那么我们希望我们的观众今天下午继续来关注我们的速度比赛的预赛。
Come on, Kim Jae-bi, come on.
速度与难度的不同就是难度，我们可以看到线路呢会给我们运动员带来不同的难题，让他们去解决一个一个在线路上遇到的问题，来完成他们的攀登。而速度将会是我们时间上的角逐。Kim Jae-bi, come on！
好的，观众朋友们，给予这位男选手 Kim Jae-bi 一些鼓励和支持，谢谢。Thank you, Kim Jae-bi.
So top there for Kim Jae-bi. Oh no, sorry, didn't top, just missed out the top. Again, that same area where some of the climbers just failed the last few climbs on this route 1 that we've been covering. So that'll be the end of the men's coverage we have on these two, on the 2 routes. We'll bring you all the results as they come up. I can tell you quite a few of the athletes have topped both routes. Thomas Koffitz, Romain de Grange, Mikhail Chernikov, Stefano Gisolfi, Hayabin Min, Manuel Roman, Sean McCaw, Julian Popon, Ira Leshner, Jakub Chabert, all joint first currently.
好了，我们看到运动员在遇到同一个问题的时候，我们可以仔细的观察一下每位运动员解决每一个线路上难题就是不一样，那么也是根据自己的攀爬风格以及身体条件来调整。加油！三位运动员同时都在非常努力的攀爬。
好的，观众朋友们，再次给予 Katharina 一些掌声，她在女子1号线现在非常努力。
加油！来 ，Katharina！
Great。
没事，你歇会儿吧。我给再讲别的镜头。
非常非常漂亮的一个结束，掌声
Thank you, Katharina.
谢谢
Beautiful finish. Thank you.
那么我们继续期待另外2名运动员的攀爬。
现在我们女子1号线还剩下最后一名运动员。
Allez, Victor! Okay, from man route 2, just finished his climbing from Spain, Victor. And for now, for the man lead qualification is all finished, and we're still watching woman lead qualification. 那么我们女子的预赛还继续在进行中，正在女子2号线攀登的是来自俄罗斯的运动员 Evgenia。那到此呢，我们男子的预赛已经全部结束，稍后我们大屏幕将会给出我们成绩的一个排名。在今天上午结束男子以及女子的预赛比赛以后，将会进行非常非常激烈以及精彩的速度赛的预赛，希望我们的观众继续观看我们的比赛。
好的，我们现在看到女子1号线最后
So Gina just towards the top of her wall, just gone past that big rest point on the side of the wall. About 4 more holes to go on this route.
Her world ranking is 17.
17th world ranked in the world. Ranking has improved recently since the World Championships. I said it was 20th earlier.
Okay, please be aware that for the men lead qualification, the result is coming out.
Oh, just falling, just at the top there. Well, here's a brief look at the mountains that we're in. You can see on our picture there, it's very red mountains, all sandy mountains. A lot of it's from the winds that brush through this mountainous area in the Quanzai province. We're looking at a couple more climbers left to climb. This is just looking at women's route 1, currently climbing. On that route is Dinara Fakhrikanova, which you can see on the left-hand side.
She's using beautiful moves to try and finish this competition.
We have 2 climbers left to cover on our routes, and Mrs. Magdalena Roch, another Austrian, here in force here for this World Cup in Xining. We are a plus 6 hours from Central European time. So we're expecting most of you viewers to have watched it on the replay. If you are watching the replay, try and set your alarms and get up early for our competitions in Korea, Japan, and even tomorrow for the finals. Tomorrow evening, you'll probably be able to watch it early morning. We'll be live for the finals at
So, ladies and gentlemen, you're watching 2012 Climbing World Cup in Qinghai, which has finished the men's leading qualification.
The finals for the league qualifications will start at 5 p.m. So the late morning over in mid-morning over in Central European time. So we'll hopefully have a lot of viewers watch us live. Do I understand some of you need to sleep? But we're here live with Magdalena Rock. And one more climber to come after her.
Her world rank for now is number 11.
Magdalena, 11th world ranked. She's 18 years of age. It's amazing, the Austrians, how strong they are in all categories in the climbing sport. Austria have climbing on their school curriculum, which does bode well for the future of their climbing team. They're constantly bringing new and skilled climbers.
Please don't go away. The woman lead qualification is still going on. Who's climbing right now on the woman route 2 is from Austria, Magdalena.
You can really see how steep that overhang is. It's nearly vertical. That roof, and that's about 5 metre stretch. From the foot of the wall to the top of the overhang, and turns it over into the slab. She's going to move slightly over to the right now, to the right hand side of the wall. There's a big jug volume hold. And she'll be able to rest that if she chooses to. As I say earlier, we'll be looking forward to having our resident commentators, either Daniel Finn or Johnny Bryan, with us for Crowns later in the year. You can get your questions into them for later in the year for our last event of the year in Crunch. Spread the word, we'll be live, hopefully in HD, in the last event of the year.
6秒26，女子的世界纪录是8秒39。那我们观众朋友可以想象一下，现在我们岩壁的高度呢是有15米。我们运动员可以在这么短的时间内就能够完成这条线路的攀登，可想而知是多么的快。我们观众朋友可以期待一下今天下午的比赛。继续在攀登的是来自奥地利的选手马德丽娜。
要标这个1000米，不要就是直接用比看，现在这样我就没有办法，我就得。
Please be aware for the men route 2 qualification, the result has been posted. 男子预赛2号线的成绩已经公布，初步成绩已经公布。好了，我们观众朋友们再为我们的运动员加油，好不好？加油，马德丽娜！
So the judging committee has posted the results on the dashboard already. The team manager wants to look at.
Magdalena just falling short there, about 3 holes left from the top. That'll bring her into her qualification climbing. Introduction to these two walls. Ready for semi-finals tomorrow. So our last climber to come up next will be Han Suran of Korea. She'll be up very shortly. Let's have another look at the mountains while we're waiting. You can see a big crowd at the back there to the left of our camera. Stretches back about 20 metres full of crowd. This big concrete area which has been left clear has been left for the climbers. to look at the routes, as they're not in isolation for the qualification stage. Warming up now, really, in the middle of the day here in China, nearly said Korea. As we watch the Korean come out, Surin Han-saran.
Okay, who's coming on the woman round 2 is from Korea, Han-saran. Her world rank now is number 12 on lead.
So ranked 12th in the world. She's had a mixed season. She's reached every semi-final she's competed in. Her best so far was 8th last time in Atlanta. And Saran lives in Seoul in South Korea. She's 20 years old. So as I said earlier, all 20 of the men and all 20 of the women will be competing tomorrow in the semi-finals, and 8 of them will go through to the finals. It's a big competition for the climbers here, and especially in the men's category with Jacob Chabert, Ramon, Julien Poublon, both winning 2 World Cups this year. You've got Sean McCall, who's got 3 medals this year. Sorry, Jacob Chabert has only won 1 World Cup this year, but he hasn't won a World Cup. He's won the World Championships. He's come 2nd in Imst and Atlanta. Would have been a different story had he followed the rules. Sachiyama, unfortunately, the climber who won 2 World Cups this year, started very strongly in Chamonix and Briançon with 2 golds and a bronze in Imst. Has not podiumed since then, and unfortunately is not here in China. So he'll be looking to put the pressure on Julien Ramon in the next 2 World Cups after this. Romain Lagrange has been climbing stronger and stronger each competition, with 2 golds, 2 bronzes in the last 2 competitions. So he's definitely on form. He's gone from 8th, 5th, 7th, 6th, 3rd and 3rd in the World Cups and World Championships this year.
She will be the last climber of this morning.
So all quite open really for the World Cup overall, with 4 more World Cup finals still to go. So of interest in the women's category, Mina Markovic, strong as ever. She's in top spot for ranking points, with Zhang Kim close behind her. Jana Ernst, who I've mentioned earlier, has had a fantastic season, just with no golds this year. She's in 3rd place. And the young star from France, Helen Janicot, 18 years of age, in 4th. So we're looking to see how well they all do in the last few competitions of the year in 2012. Well, that completes all our climbers for the qualification stage. And what we're going to do now is have a look at the men's results.
We already have posted the first results on the post board. In the afternoon, we'll have an intense speeding competition.
And here we go. This is page 1 of Group 1. All of them have topped their first route. So on to page 2. Jacob Chabert, the last to top. So all of them in joint first. They're the top 10. Now the remaining 10, Urban Primovic is the next best who just narrowly slipped off there, which we saw earlier on. All around York Verhaven, it was quite a shock. He slipped another hold or two below him. And that brings the end of Group 1. Let's have a look at the results for Group 2 in the male qualifications, which we haven't actually seen. And this is how they fared. Again, there's the top 9. They all topped that route. And here we go, there's Hyun Bin Min, the top 10 again, the same top 10, all topping out on both routes. So, as I say, they'll all get a chance again tomorrow to climb on their walls again for the semi-finals, where we'll see 8 drop down to compete. And these are the last 2 to climb in the male qualifications. Route 1 for the women's, which we didn't actually cover, but these are the results for them. Mina Markovic at the top there, but all of the others topping out as well. All of these on the same position, joint first for topping. So I'm interested to see Mina Markovic, Kim Jae-an, Joanna Ernst, where they finish in this World Cup here in Xining. And there's 11 have topped out on Route 1 here for this competition. Maya Midvar there down in 15th. Quite a surprise for her to drop off like that route at 22nd. And we didn't actually see that play, so she's really not on her game. Last week she took the bronze medal. Maybe it's the time zone change from 2 weeks ago, going from America back to Europe and then back over to the other side of the world. And let's have a look at the route 2, which we followed.
Oh, actually, for both groups, the final result has been posted on the post board.
And
so if you want
there we have
come to the post board. Thank you.
The only Helen Janicott, Kim Jae-in, Joanna Ernst, Charlotte Duif, Katerina Posch, Dina Fakrizanova and Mina Markovic topping this route, so it was definitely the harder of the 2 from these results. Evgenia Malame, we just saw not too long ago, just slipping off at the top. Jenny Levada, always there or thereabouts, but never breaks into the finals really. Very strong climber, very animated. As we see some of the lower down climbers. See Maya Vidmar then, again 16th on this category. So really not on her best form as she was last week. Well, so if we just have, if you can just see the wall here, we've got the speed on the left hand side. That'll be starting in about 4 hours time if you're watching us live. We're going to take a break now. Thank you for watching, and we'll be getting the replays up as soon as possible if you've just joined us live from Europe, if you're getting up early for work on Friday. Well, thank you for watching, and we'll be back in a few hours time on IFSC.tv.
Today, Top 30 is the only company in the world able to design, produce, set up and manage a top-level competition. Everything within the same company. Everything with the trustworthiness and professionalism that an official competition requires. Everything. Top 30. Top 30. The heart of climbing.